You're about to say something in a group chat, but you delete it. You want to post that photo, but you don't. You have an idea at work, but you stay quiet. Why? Because somewhere in your head, there's a voice asking, what will they think? And here's the brutal truth, that voice is ruining your life. But what if I told you there's a simple trick to shut it off? The same one Jeff Bezos used to build $1 trillion empire. Not by forcing yourself to be confident. Not by pretending you don't care. But by rewiring how your brain actually works. Let me show you. First, let's talk about why you even care in the first place. Your brain has this thing called the spotlight effect. Basically, you think everyone is watching you way more than they actually are. You trip on the sidewalk, and you're convinced 50 people saw it, and they're all judging you. But in reality, most people didn't even notice. And the ones who did, forgot about it 3 seconds later. Here's proof. Think about the last time someone else did something embarrassing in front of you. Can't remember? Exactly, because you don't care. And neither does anyone else when it comes to you. But your brain doesn't get that. It thinks you're the main character in everyone else's story. You're not. You're barely a background extra. Now here's where it gets interesting. The reason you care what people think isn't because you're weak. It's because your brain is designed to care. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by your tribe meant death. So your brain developed this alarm system that screams, don't be weird, don't stand out. They might kick you out. But here's what successful people figured out that you haven't yet. If you're worried about other people's opinion of you, they already own you. They already control you. If you need their praise or fear their criticism, you've handed them the remote control to your life, and they don't even know it. Let me tell you a story about Jeff Bezos that changed everything for me. Back when Amazon was just getting started, Bezos had this wild idea. He wanted to let customers write reviews on his website. Sounds normal now, right? But back then, book publishers thought he'd lost his mind. They called him up, furious. They told him, "You're crazy for letting people post negative reviews on your own site. You're going to kill your sales. This will destroy your business." Everyone thought he was wrong. The experts, the publishers, the critics. And you know what Bezos said? If you're going to do anything new or innovative, you have to be willing to be misunderstood for a long period of time. He didn't care what they thought. He cared about the customer. And that decision? That's one of the reasons Amazon became worth over $1 trillion. So here's the trick Bezos figured out, and you need to steal it right now. He relabeled judgment. Instead of seeing criticism as a sign he was wrong, he saw it as proof he was right. He called it the innovation tax. If people are judging you, if they don't get you, it just means you're ahead of the curve. Think about it. If everyone agrees with you, you're not doing anything special. You're just following the crowd. But here's the thing. Most of us do the opposite. We let other people's opinions control everything. We don't start the business because someone might laugh. We don't post the video because it might flop. We don't speak up because someone might disagree. And every single time we do that, we give our power away. Now I know what you're thinking, but I'm not Jeff Bezos. I'm just a regular person. Okay, real talk? That's exactly the kind of thinking that keeps you stuck. Because Bezos wasn't special when he started. He was just a guy with an idea that everyone thought was stupid. The only difference between him and you is that he stopped caring what people thought before he had proof he was right. You're waiting for success to give you permission to stop caring. But it works the other way around. You have to stop caring first. That's what creates the success. Here's what you need to do right now. Stop trying to control what people think about you. You can't. It's impossible. There are billions of people with billions of different opinions. You will never please them all. Instead, flip it. Focus on something you actually can control your own values. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to start a YouTube channel, but you're scared people will think it's dumb. If you focus on their opinions, you'll never start. But if you focus on your own value, maybe it's creativity. Maybe it's helping people suddenly, it doesn't matter what they think. When you live by your own values, you become bulletproof. Because even if people judge you, even if they laugh at you, even if they reject you, you can look yourself in the mirror and know you did the right thing. But let's be real for a second. I'm not saying you'll never feel embarrassed again. You will. We all do. The difference is what you do with that feeling. Most people feel embarrassed, and they spiral. They replay the moment over and over. They convince themselves everyone hates them. They avoid similar situations in the future. That's the trap. But here's what you should do instead. Own it. You said something awkward? Laugh it off. You failed publicly? Acknowledge it and move on. Because here's the thing, people don't remember your mistakes. They remember how you reacted to them. If you freak out and hide, they'll remember that. But if you own it and keep going, they'll respect you for it. Here's the final piece. When Amazon introduced customer reviews, Bezos knew some of them would be brutal. He knew people would trash products on his own website. But he didn't see that as a problem. He saw it as the cost of doing something that mattered. That's how you need to start seeing judgment. It's not a stop sign. It's just the price of admission for doing anything worth doing. So here's your challenge this week. Do one thing you've been avoiding because you're scared of what people will think. Post that thing. Say that thing. Start that project. Ask that person out. And when that voice in your head says, "What will they think?" Remember what Bezos knew. If everyone agrees with you, you're not doing anything special. Be weird. Be bold. Be misunderstood. Make mistakes. Fail publicly. Get laughed at. Because you've got nothing to lose. You're already judging yourself harder than anyone else ever will. So you might as well be yourself while you're at it. Own your screw-ups, your weirdness, your unpopular opinions, and you'll realize you were never trapped by what people think. You were only ever trapped by caring. The moment you stop worrying about their opinions, they lose control, and you get your life back.